Throughout the past month, the Oakland A's have played their best baseball of the season. Strong performances in all phases of the game led the A's to 20 wins in 31 games. But this weekend, the defending American League champions have cooled off the green and gold. Power and pitching have led the Royals to a pair of victories. Today, Jesse Chavez will try to get the A's back on track. The series finale starts right now. Beautiful day at the O.K Coliseum. Sunday afternoon baseball, and the giveaway today is the Billy Butler Country Breakfast Bowl. I got to get one of those. I think that's pretty awesome. Jesse Chavez is going to take them on this afternoon for the Athletics. So it's the third and final game of the series. It's the Oakland A's and the Kansas City Royals coming up on Comcast Sportsnet California. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball. Along with Ray Fossey, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Royals come in with the best record in the American League, and Ray, it all starts with their bullpen. That's the way it was last year, and that's the way it is again this year.
It's called a six-inning game. If you're offensively trying to get to the Royals, you better get to them early, because otherwise, if they have a lead or a tie game, this is what you're going to face in the last 3 innings. You got Herrera throwing nearly 100 miles per hour. Wade Davis, unbelievable yesterday. He's had a chance to get to him. He ended up getting out of an inning after walking the first two, and then Greg Holland. How about this? Got a great splitter, falls way off to the left, but throws great strikes. So a dynamic three guys out of the bullpen, and usually if they have a lead, it's very hard to beat them.
Billy Burns back in the lineup today for the A's. He had a little hip flexor injury that kept him out the last two games, but boy, it's great to have him back. He needs to create some runs today for the A's to beat this Royals team.
He's called the igniter. When he's in the lineup, whether he's on the bases, swinging the bat, doing whatever he's doing, he makes a lot of good things happen. And whenever you have the infielders having to play shallow because of his speed, that also creates a lot of havoc. His base stealing has really improved. Talking to Ricky Henderson, and of course, what he does offensively, it's just unbelievable. His defense also playing center field, covers a lot of ground as he did in San Diego, but just a tremendous player. He really does not know at this point how good he is, but I think everybody realizes when he's in the lineup, he is great.
So Jesse Chavez will pitch for the A's today. He's looking for his 5th win. He'll be opposed by the veteran right-hander Jeremy Guthrie, who'll be looking for his 6th win. A's trying to salvage the final game of the series. Lineups when we come back.
the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to the O.co Coliseum. Jesse Chavez takes the mound, leading the A's out onto the field, wearing the gold tops this afternoon, hoping that they lead to a victory. Game time weather presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. Gorgeous day, 69 degrees, so not too hot, not too cold, just about right. Just a nice light breeze. Plenty of sunshine with a few puffy clouds above. The A's trying to salvage a final game in this series. The Royals are a good team, and the A's have seen it this weekend, and this is their lineup. Escobar at short, Moustakas at third. Kendrys Morales is going to play first base today. Hosmer will do the DHing. Salvador Perez will catch. Alex Gordon to left, Alex Rios right. Omar Infante at second, and the speedy Gerard Dyson is in center field.
Jesse Chavez on the mound for the Athletics, and they actually started for Jesse against the Royals back on the 18th of April, in which he relieved Jesse Hahn and pitched outstanding baseball. They combined for a shutout, and since that time, Jesse Chavez has been in the rotation as he is making a start again today against the Kansas City Ball Club. He's picked up wins in his last 2 starts and hopes to finish the month of June, making his final start on a positive note, which would give him 3 in the month of June.
So defensively for the A's, Fold, Burns, and Reddick in the outfield. Muncy, Sogard, Zobrist, and Davis on the infield. And Stephen Vogt is the catcher. So Brett Laurie with the day off, Marcus Semien with the day off. Nothing wrong with either of them. Bob Melvin said, I got to give these guys a day off occasionally.
Well, we saw with Billy Burns, and it turned out to be the little hip flexor, so good to see him back in the lineup, but a couple of days do get some rest today.
So the first pitch of the ball game is a strike.
Jesse Chavez had an interesting start against the Rangers in his last one when he went 5 innings. Gave up 5 runs, yet had a 12-out save. The game in which the A's bullpen was outstanding. As you look at the umpiring crew, fielding cover with the crew chief. He's at third today. He's behind the plate yesterday.
2-1 now to Alcides Escobar. Escobar 282 with a couple of home runs and 28 RBIs.
How about run support? Jesse's finally getting some, at least the last couple of starts. Now if you get the outside corner strike, that would be even better. A little frustrating already for Jesse, is according to Jim Reynolds, the home plate umpire just missing the outside corner.
That one foul to the backstop. So full count to the leadoff man Escobar with Moustakas to follow, and then Morales here opening up the ball game.
One of the things that a pitcher tries to do is hit the corner, and of course Jesse missed a couple, and then he had to throw more towards the middle of the plate. As Moustakas is beyond deck hitter waiting, the lefty.
Escobar reaches for that one, rolls it foul down the first base line. May have swung at ball 4, but you also don't know the umpire strike zone yet, right, Ray? So you may protect a little more early in the game.
He's asking Jim Reynolds, and Jim Reynolds said, I just called 2 out there that were balls, and you just asked me about one that you just swung at.
Tapped past the mound. Sogard to first just in time to get Escobar. So 1 away.
The forward-right choice, Jesse Chavez. This was the game in which he pitched unbelievably against the Royals, following Jesse Hahn, and he got the save because Jesse Hahn went 5 1/3. Jesse Chavez finished it. So forward-right choice, a couple of starts, both against the Royals, and Jesse Chavez likes being in the rotation where he is right now.
So here's Moustakas. Swing and a miss. Took a little off, did Jesse Chavez. Moustakas 1 for 7 in the series, 5th best batting average in the American League. Up and in. The shift for Moustakas. He's got 7 home runs. He's got 31 RBIs. Good one down around the knees, 1 and 2.
Really great play by Eric Sogard on Escobar. But the one thing about the infielders, they know that Jesse gets the ball, he's ready to go. He does not waste any time. And that keeps everybody ready to go. As Sogard at shortstop today, giving Semien the day off. Proved on the first ground ball. Let's see, over into the shortstop position with the shift on for Moustakas.
So 2-2 the count. Moustakas steps out again. Foul straight back. Fastball at 91 miles an hour. So 2-2 the count with Morales waiting in the on deck circle. Very close. Chavez thought he had it. Jim Reynolds, the home plate umpire, said it was somewhere.
You have to wonder about both sides of the plate. Man.
This one's lifted into shallow right. Reddick comes in. He's got it. So here's our T-Mobile game changer. And it's Kendrys Morales, who has had some big hits in this series. And that was a home run on Friday night. He had a big 2-run single that turned a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 lead for the Royals. So in what's been a pretty low scoring series, he's had a couple of huge hits.
Those two just shown here. Remember that game Casimir pitched in Kansas City that found they had the 2-run double that won the game for the Royals. So he has been a great addition to this Royals club, a switch hitter. Today actually will play first base, giving Hosmer the half day off, if you will, DH.
Well, originally Morales was DHing, Hosmer was at first, and then about an hour ago they made just the position switch.
Hosmer Gold Glover a little bit less, although Kendrys Morales, when he played for Seattle last year, did a good job playing first base. And I'm sure every DH, even Billy Butler, talked about he'd like to get a chance to play some first base.
Another close pitch just missed outside. So Jim Reynolds, tight strike zone early.
Well, and the thing is, and it's not like you want to be given pitches, but the bottom line, you have to also want the hitters to swing the bat. You don't want to have to go to the middle of the plate.
Those are the fastball throws it by Morales. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Jesse Chavez. And we're headed to the bottom of the first. No score. It's good to see Billy Burns back in there. Missed a couple of games. He'll be followed by Sogard, who's playing shortstop today. Then Vogt, Zobrist, Reddick, Butler, Davis, Muncy, and Fold.
Veteran Jeremy Guthrie on the mound for the Royals today. The familiar number 11 for Guthrie, making a second start against the A's this season. 15th overall, and of course in the game in Kansas City, gave up 3 home runs. A couple by Stephen Vogt, his first ever multi-home run game. But he is a good pitcher. He'll throw different types of pitches instead of also the cutter and the two-seamer, along with a fastball mid-90s. Curveball and slider for the right-hander. He's been around baseball a long time, both the American and the National League.
So here's Burns. Sitting on a 15-game hitting streak is Burns. A little hip flexor injury has kept him out of the lineup the last couple days. Lays off. He had started before getting these last 2 days off. Ray, he had started 34 consecutive games in center field and in the leadoff spot. So maybe not a bad time for a break either. This one's popped up. Shallow center. Dyson, who was playing well into left center, had to cruise over into right center. He makes the catch. So 1 out here in the first. Defensively for the Kansas City Royals, Gordon, Dyson, and Rios in the outfield. Moustakas, Escobar, and Fonte Morales on the infield, and Salvador Perez is the catcher.
Unfortunately, we have seen at times when Billy Burns has gotten a fastball inside, he has that lift swing on the inside part of the plate. Outside, he kind of slaps the ball to the opposite field. That one from Jeremy Guthrie on the 2-0 was inside. And I think it's a little tough for him to slap the ball on the ground or line drives with the pitches inside.
Sogard right up the middle for a base hit. Eric Sogard never overswings either, does he, Ron?
First hit against this right-hander for Eric Sogard, hitting second, playing short. And so they turned back the clock yesterday. The socks he was wearing, he wears them every day.
Sure.
So it doesn't matter whether it's turn back the clock or just an everyday ball game. Eric Sogard has those socks that he purchased in the offseason. The trend for Soga and the rest of the A's.
First pitch to Vogt is a fastball in for a strike. Vogt hitting .298, 13 home runs, 53 RBIs. He tied for first in the league in RBIs. Teixeira and Cabrera also have 53 RBIs.
So the name Teixeira is one that the Astros did not want to hear again, because the Yankees, because of Teixeira, helped defeat the Astros yesterday.
Vogt, inside pitch, rips it foul. All right, here's our McDonald's True Stories. Let's go back to April 17th, 2015. That's this year. Stephen Vogt with a couple of home runs off Guthrie in Kansas City, and it was a 6-4 A's win. So a 2-homer game for Stephen Vogt earlier this year. Now, Guthrie's given up 12 home runs in 76 innings this year, so that's a fairly high total.
The Colorado Rockies acquired him. The A's won in 2012. He was playing for the Rockies, and because he's a single ball pitcher.
Runner goes, foul back.
And they were hoping to get the ground balls. Did not happen. Matter of fact, Brandon Moss hit the third deck and the second deck in his return to the big leagues. This time more of a straight steal. 2 strikes on Stephen Vogt. He had to protect and fouled the ball back.
The 1-2 to Vogt with Zobrist waiting in the on-deck circle. Takes it low. And Guthrie is 36 years old, final year of a 3-year contract. So he'll be a free agent at the end of this season. Vogt swings and misses. Chase something off speed and down. So 2 outs now.
That is a great pitch. Probably that like a cutter, slider, something that went down like a splitter. Almost looked like a changeup, but not one that's listed on his repertoire.
It was July of 2012 when the Royals acquired Guthrie from the Rockies. He was really struggling in Colorado, but when he got to Kansas City, he finished that year there, and he pitched extremely well enough for the Royals to say, we want to keep him, and then they gave him a 3-year contract, and he's playing that contract out.
And a great leader for this ball club, the Royals, in his postseason last year especially, having been around. His record under 500, but you would never know the way he pitches.
Well, there's the career totals, 88 and 105. But the only numbers the Royals care about is with the Royals, Ray. He's 38 and 31. And that's where he went. Stanford. Base hit left field. Zobrist slaps it the other way.
Backdoor breaking ball.
So 2 on, 2 out, and that'll bring up Reddick. Here's today's Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Coors. Mark Guthrie. Opponents are hitting .308 against him this year, 2nd worst in the American League. See Jeff Samardzija on the list. That's a surprise. And Anthony Eovaldi, who throws 95 miles an hour, he should not be hitting .310 off him.
Yeah, they have 2 Yankees in the top 3. That's not good for Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach. Joe Girardi, the manager.
And Guthrie's the kind of pitcher, even when he's pitching well, he's going to give up hits. He will have base runners against him. Real hard thrower. That one hit hard, but a one-hopper right to Infante. Inside is retired. Couple of runners stranded for the A's, so we're scoreless after 1 at the Coliseum.
Park Pass. For one low price, you get access to all 13 A's home games in July, including 2 fireworks games and the Hello Kitty bobblehead night. This is a mobile-only offer with all passes accessed through your iPhone or Android phone. Get yours today at athletics.com/ballparkpass.
Second inning, Hosmer, Perez, and Gordon for the Royals. Royals coming in with a 43 and 28 record. That's the best in the American League.
Well, Stephen Vogt after the Moustakas at bat in the first inning. Now, this pitch that was not a strike in the first, especially to Moose, strike now. But Stephen Vogt and catchers at times, if they feel a pitch is not being called a strike will stand up and usually with their face forward talk to the umpire. Actually, Stephen Vogt had his mask up over his helmet, and home plate umpire had his mask off, and they were having a little discussion. So, you know, maybe Stephen just saying, what is your strike zone? Because I'm seeing some pitches that are pretty good strikes. Don't want to have my pitcher to have to go in the middle part of the plate. There's no pitcher wants to have to do that. You like to live on the corners. So a nice, easy, gentle conversation. Even helps.
Scooped up by Ike Davis, and Davis steps on the bag. Hosmer's gone, 1 out.
I used to like to have umpires stand up behind me with Catfish was pitch and say, this is going to be a great 1.5 hour game.
A little different than the situation you just explained.
Exactly. Umpires like pitchers who are around the strike zone, and most should. And really in the game of pace of game and speed of game and all the time of game, if an umpire forces hitters to swing at pitches that really are close, it changes everything.
First pitch to Salvador Perez is outside, 1-0. Orioles have won 3 in a row. They've won 9 out of their last 12.
And I think for Salvador Perez catching all 3 games, and granted this is a day game after day game, but yesterday was a day game after night game. Ned Yost knows the importance of Salvador Perez in the lineup, and he is there again this afternoon.
He lifts this one in the air towards center field where Burns camps underneath it.
Drew Butera was acquired by the Royals and let go by the Angels. So he is the backup catcher, but Salvador Perez,
batting in the 6th position.
Some of the Royals saying that maybe he wore down a little bit last year in the second half because he was catching so much. But he is such a talent, both hitting, handling the pitching staff, blocking balls, throwing out base runners. The Royals, Ned Yost in his 6th season, as he's playing well.
First pitch to Gordon, a little bit outside. The Astros have the 2nd best record in the American League. The Rays have the 3rd. The Yankees have the 4th. So those are the top 4 records in the AL. Gordon skies one toward Burns, who says, I don't see it. Now he does see it, and he's got a back pedal, and he makes the catch. So when it was all said and done, the ball came down right about where Billy Burns started coming in. So it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Jesse Chavez. On that last fly ball, Red.
Well, he put his hands up and he didn't see it initially, then had to start to backpedal as the wind took it a little bit, and did finally pick it up wearing the wraparound sunglasses. But sometimes you watch Billy Burns and he puts his hands up and he knows where the ball is. So it's kind of crying wolf. You know, do you know where it is, or are you? That time he didn't.
He's deking us.
But you know, you see him at times when he'll go after ball and his hands are up. You think, oh, he doesn't see it, and he's got it easily. But this time he definitely didn't see it initially.
So Exmo brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Trio pitch to Butler is inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk leading off the second inning. Well, this ballpark's been here since 1968, right? And the sun has been an issue since 1968.
Exactly. And will always be an issue. And, you know, you can see the wind taking the ball, and Josh Reddick was there just in case. And that's why corner outfielders can hustle over in the event in this case, the center fielder doesn't really know where the ball is. Ball was up a long time.
Yes,
so it really had a chance for Reddick to get over to make the play if necessary.
So here's Ike Davis. First pitch to Ike Davis is inside. Davis 2 for 6 in the series and 5 for 23 since coming back from the disabled list. Hitting in the 7th spot with Max Muncy to follow. Missed again, 2-0. 6 straight out of the strike zone for a guy who really is a control pitcher.
This is Wade Davis yesterday in the 8th inning. Couldn't find the strike zone.
Although I think in Guthrie's case, Ray, he cannot throw the ball down the middle of the plate.
No.
He needs to work on the corners or just off the corners, change speeds.
And he's got the two-seamer, which is missing, and both Billy Butler at first not being held, and Ike Davis very good at taking those pitches that are drifting off the plate.
Short lead for Butler. In fact, Morales playing behind him, and now it's 3-0. For Guthrie, who gave up a couple of singles in the first, working himself into some trouble here in the second.
Dave Allen, who walked out yesterday, talked to Wade Davis, the pitching coach, and Davis settled down. Unbelievably, he was so hopeful yesterday. First and second, nobody out in the 8th inning, and ended up getting nothing. So they try to do a little bit more against the veteran Guthrie.
And there's a strike, 3-2. So Ike Davis, quick glance toward Jim Reynolds. So the mystery spot right now is the outside corner.
Yes, it is.
Outside corner to left-handed hitters. So Perez sets up out there, and Davis just got a piece of it. So you know what? Smart move by Salvador Perez, right?
That's right.
Sit out there and
go back. And that's the sinker. and really, with a sinker ball pitcher, if you're set up on the corner, you have to hope that it's tempting enough for a hitter to swing at, because if it breaks too much off the plate, it's going to be out of the strike zone.
And that one is there at the knee. Strike 3 call. And I think Davis knew that one was a strike. Maybe looking for something else. Second strikeout.
This is such a good pitch to hit right down the middle. Almost like a 4-seam fastball. And just couldn't pull the trigger. He knew it.
So 1 out for Muncy, and a milestone for Jeremy Guthrie, his 1,000th career strikeout. Edison Volquez get that on Friday?
Yes, he did. Brett Lawrie.
So congratulations on that milestone for Jeremy Guthrie. So here's Muncy, 213, couple of home runs. It's been a while for Muncy. He last played in a game on June 20th. June 20th was last Saturday. That's a long time. But I don't remember. Where were we yesterday? But Laurie's been hot, and now and Ike Davis is now back off the disabled list. That looked like a good pitch. It was called the ball.
Friday night, the first game of the series, Paul Schreiber behind the plate. He had the high strike zone call, and yesterday Field and Culbreth had both up and down as far as the strike zone. They do vary, and it's just like human being. Everybody's different, and just like umpires, you'd like to have some consistency, but
there's a song there. Strike zones are like human beings. Everyone is different. Butler, the runner at first. And Muncy tries to hold up, and he did not. Field and Culver says you went around.
And it's a strike anyway. Like it's right in the middle.
It did look like a good pitch. You're right.
Yeah, tell me what's wrong with this pitch. Nothing.
I mean, he caught it low, but I think see where it crossed the knees, and that's a strike.
Twice. Struck him out twice in the same pitch.
We always look where the ball crosses that front knee, because generally the front knee is right around where the front of home plate is. Here's Full, takes a strike. Full hitting .212, no home runs, 13 RBIs. Talked about pregame show about Fold hitting in the 9th spot, and then Burns, a couple of speedy guys who, if they can make some stuff happen. Another strike called, and it's 0-2.
I think that fan just said it all.
Who's that guy? I'm going to check. Some fan right below us just said, "Come on, Blue, be consistent."
Yeah, I always like the knowledgeable fans who can watch the strike zone, and you can hear some hooting.
Fold checks his swing. 2-2 the count. Sam Fold is 2 for 6 with a couple of doubles in this series. And he swings and misses, retired. So after the leadoff walk to Butler, Guthrie strikes out 3 in a row. We're headed to the 3rd, no score. Brought to you by Prism. Now your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls from Prism. Learn how at prism.com. No score in 3rd inning from the O.co Coliseum. Plenty of sunshine today and a nice crowd. The first 2 games in this series on Friday, 27,000. Yesterday, 28,000. Rios fouls it right side. 1-1 the count.
I know you remember the Kansas City series when Rios had broken his hand in the prior series, and there's a young man by the name of Paulo Orlando that the A's wish they would never have seen replacing Rios in that series, because he had the big triple. He's a triples hitter. He had about 5 triples in the first 6 or 7 hits.
Yep. And he's not even on the big league roster right now.
And he had a big triple against the A's in the Guthrie start. He almost fell down as he was rounding second base, but tripled opposite field, going to the sac fly, and that was the difference in the game. But A's only 1 win so far in the first 5 against the Royals. Jesse Chavez trying to make it 2 in the series finale to avoid a sweep. And for Jesse, this weather today has to be so refreshing. After pitching in Texas, and he just said it was brutal for 5 innings, but did get the win. The bullpen doing a great job, but it is a great day today. Even Rusty Kuntz, the first base coach, said, wow, this is great.
Yeah, it's about as good as you're going to get. It's not too hot, not too cool, just enough of a breeze. You could sit in the sun and watch the game, and you'll be just fine.
Royals were in Kansas City. 3 very good days there. Had the off day on Thursday here in the weekend series. So all good for the American League champions, especially this week.
Jesse likes it here as well. 1.75 ERA at home this year. Swing and a miss. 2-2. His overall ERA of 2.90 is 10th in the American League.
And not surprising, a couple years ago, it all started right here, as we detailed in the start that he had prior here in Oakland, where he pitched so well against the Yankees in the 18-inning game. That's why he's continued. Rotation last year for 21 starts. Started in the bullpen this year. Again, versatility might have hurt him a little bit, but now back in the rotation.
And a foul tip, swing out, swinging strikeout, and that's the second strikeout for Jesse Chavez, and he's retired the first 8.
She can throw a cut fastball on a 3-2 when a hitter's looking fastball. The ball just took off just enough off the end of the bat as Infante not able to make contact, and that's a great pitch for Jesse Chavez, who's a control artist anyway. Got his familiar number 30 back again after Chili Davis left to go to the Red Sox. Chili's not even wearing 30 in Boston. He's wearing 44, another number that he had. So why would he just give it to Jesse?
That's the coaches wear pullovers anyway. Right? Dyson has a base hit to right field. So Jared Dyson doesn't wait around, and as the A's found out last year, Dyson is a huge stolen base threat.
Another high fastball tailing away from him, but Lorenzo Cain the day off. Dyson playing center field, and as we also talked about in the series, adding Kansas City, Dyson would go in defensively, and Cain would move to a corner position. But Dyson now pretty much a reserve player, but he has speed and would not be shocked to see him run now.
And that one misses to Escobar. And Dyson, his last 3 seasons, he's stolen 30, 34, and 36 bases. And as Ray said, that's in part-time duty. And he is getting a couple hundred at-bats a year.
The best pitch for Jesse Chavez would have been to throw a strike to Escobar on the first pitch, having hit it, because Dyson was taking time putting on his sliding gloves and wasn't ready to run on the first pitch.
So 1-1 the count to Escobar. That should not happen.
No, but you know, by the time you have a conversation with Ike Davis, put on your batting gloves. There's ball 1.
It's amazing if you think about it.
No. The sliding gloves, that was important. Some guys put the protection so when they slide head first and jam their fingers into the bag.
Not running. And the ball is looped down the right field line. It's going to be foul. So Dyson, who is halfway to third, will turn around and head back. Well, I don't know what the reason that he's doing that for, but I bet he's got a good reason for it.
It's probably to indicate that I'm going to be running and faking maybe a little bit. And Joe Morgan had that flap with his left arm as he was getting ready to hit. Jim getting the Hall of Fame. Maybe Dyson trying to do the same.
Escobar grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. Not running, and there's a base hit left field. Full gets to it quickly to make sure Dyson doesn't try anything. So first and second, 2 outs for Moustakas.
Slide step, high fastball, and we talk about Billy Burns and what he does to a pitcher and the infielders, outfielders. And I'll be surprised. I admit I thought Dyson would be running, but maybe it was the threat of running. And Jesse elevated a fastball to Escobar. Took him to 2 strikes before he got the hit.
Yeah, that's one of those spots, and we've said it about ace players, we've said it about opposing players. How can you not run there?
Right. Well, and had he run, there's your base that's going to score. I agree.
And if you get thrown out, you get thrown out.
Jesse's quick. Jesse Chavez quick to plate. Maybe that was something that Rusty Kuntz, first base coach, has the stopwatch and instructs the base runners.
But you know what, Ray? That's where you go back to the Ricky Henderson theory.
That's right.
Even if the catcher's got a great arm, right, or the pitcher's quick to the plate, what about you?
That's
Are
right.
you a good base stealer?
That's right.
Then take it.
That's a great point. Yeah, Ricky said if I had to depend on a stopwatch, I'd never steal the base.
Sure. You can always figure out a reason for not going.
Yeah. Right now, Jesse's got to make a good pitch, 2-0 to Moustakas, who is a good hitter, patient hitter, as he's taken the first 2.
Trying to keep the speedy Dyson close as best you can. And now 3-0. Kendrys Morales is the on-deck hitter.
Don't want to think about that. The way he's handled the A's or hit against the A's, both in Kansas City and here. All this with 2 outs, a fly ball to right field, strikeout to Infante, all things looking great. A single.
Moustakas, who may have been swinging on 3-0, he takes the pitch and it's a high strike.
Well, you got half of it right.
I'm not sure that's a strike either.
Yeah, the high part is there. The strike questionable, but I think Moustakas thought it was a ball.
Vogt sets up outside and missed outside. And Jesse is not happy with Jim Reynolds, and neither is Stephen Vogt. So Jim Reynolds is not having a good day behind home plate, and that's going for both teams here.
Well, just watch the catcher. Does he move? No. Set up on the corner.
I think if catcher sets up right on the corner and the pitcher hits that spot, you got to give the pitcher some credit for making a good pitch.
You see what? Just right there, that one pitch, because he didn't get the 3-1. Now he's moving in. Vogt has to move in just enough, and that's a danger sign for a pitcher. Hitters love it if the corners aren't called and they have to center cut.
Inside, 1-1, and Dyson at third. He's coming about a quarter of the way down the line because Muncy is playing the shortstop spot, so he could come further than that if he wanted to. Trying to disrupt Jesse Chavez a little bit. 2-1 now. And I can see where it would be a little disruptive to
especially
be staring right that direction.
They were saying you get off as far as the corner infielder is. Well, you could be 3/4 of the way down the line. That's how far Muncie's off.
Morales hits it towards Sogard, who straightens up, throws to first side, retires. So the Royals leave the bases loaded in the top of the third. Bottom of the third coming up. No score.
Suite special available for select games. The summer suite special includes an 18-person suite, 3 VIP parking passes, and how about this, a generous food package, all for just $990. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit athletics.com/summer suite. Suites are always great to either watch the game, entertain friends, guests, and for that package, that's a great way to go.
Top of the order, and Burns. Bottom of the third. No score. A's and Royals. Stock is about 3 steps in on the grass at third.
Yeah, and Gordon 3 steps behind him in left field.
And that one's driven towards center, and that'll be a base hit. So Dyson, who casually gets it in, and if I was Dyson, I'd be careful with that.
That's right. And you know, Dyson made a casual stab at the ball. It had gone by him. It would have been an inside the park home run. Shading him in left center, playing him shallow. Billy Burns tried on a hanging breaking ball to shoot the gap in right center, and Dyson going over, and you take a short, quick hop like that. Dyson handled it well, but all that had to do is get past him, and the other number one, and Billy Burns, would have been off to the races.
So a 16-game hitting streak for Burns and a big lead at first. Burns 15 steals in 18 attempts. Altuve leads the American League in steals with 21, and then it's Burns, Gardner, and Kane. Lorenzo Kane tied for second with 50. So Burns chasing Altuve.
Eric Sogard, excellent in the second hole, not afraid to get to 2 strikes. That time taking a pitch as Billy Burns off first base, thinking that maybe he might be running. So Sogard took the pitch.
Another quick throw. Astros won today. They beat the Yankees 3-1 in Houston, so that 4-game series ends up being a split. McHugh got his 9th win. Pineda took the loss. Yankees with just 2 hits total in that game, so Astros 3-1 winners. So that's win number 44 on the year for the Astros.
Brett Oberholzer got a trip to AAA after his incident yesterday. That's a manager and an organization saying we don't do things like that. Oberholzer, who had given up 6 runs, including a slam and a 2-run home run, threw inside Alex Rodriguez, ejected, and was optioned.
Bad move. Yeah. 2-1 now to Sogard.
So we've talked about relief pitchers have come in and saved the bullpen, and nice going, but you're going out because we can't use it for 2 days. But Oberholzer,
this is a different deal.
Totally different. Good pitcher and made a mistake. So Billy, a little bit extra bigger lead off first base.
There's a strike. The Astros will stay home and they will host these Kansas City Royals Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Right now scouting the Royals as they've been doing all weekend, but they are finished with their game and probably watching the Royals, trying to pick up something from this game before the Royals head there.
Sogard on the ground. Infante throws to second, and Escobar keeps his foot on the bag to get the lead out. Always a risk if the second baseman makes that choice, only because he's ranging far to his left, but Escobar made a heck of a play.
And then Infante does this with the spin and jump and throw because he knows the speed of Billy Burns and he wanted to get him off the bases. And Eric Sogard is a good base runner and can steal bases, but Escobar realizing just the 1 out, all I'm going to get, try to stretch, hang on, which he does nicely.
And boy, Ray, that's dangerous because he's kind of diving and reaching right into the sliding path.
That's right. And we know what happened in Kansas City.
Sure.
Very similar.
He knows it too.
As he took the throw from his third baseman on a fielder's choice.
Like a little repair work for Salvador Perez. So 1 off and Vogt will hit. Vogt struck out swinging in the first inning. Takes a bit outside.
Stephen Vogt got off-speed pitches in Kansas City in April, and he hit the 2 home runs off of Jeremy Guthrie. And Guthrie today staying pretty much everything hard he did in the first at bat. Well, that one he threw and struck him out off speed, but down out of the strike zone.
Just foul. Boy, that would have been nice. Decent speed in Sogard at first, but the ball was just foul. The Blue Jays beat the Rangers today 3-2. Hutchinson over Gonzalez. Fouls it straight back. And the Blue Jays take 2 out of 3 from Texas. Rangers will be in Baltimore to start a 4-game series tomorrow. East Coast road trip continues for Texas. 1-2 delivery to Boning and foul back. This one just below us to our left. Foul ball alley. You sit there, you better be ready. Mariners and the Angels are scoreless in the 5th inning. Rubber game of that series down in Anaheim. Hernandez and Santiago pitching matchup. So we'll keep a close eye on that one. Runner goes, Vogt slaps it to left center field. That's a base hit. Dyson gets into it and gets to it, and he'll fire it back in. And Vogt goes to second, and missing the cutoff man gave the A's an extra 90 feet. So Sogard stops at third. But if that ball is thrown to the cutoff man and Vogt continues to run, Ray, he's out at second base.
Oh, that is a big play. Great job of hitting by Stephen Vogt with Sogard on the move. Left center. Dyson cut it off and got the ball back in, and enough
for some reason he was throwing to third. For what reason? I mean, he could see the runner is going to third anyway. You don't have a chance to get him, and all you're doing is taking away a possible double play, allowing Stephen Vogt to go to second base. So a single E8.
No, it's just second on the throw. So even though it was an errant throw,
well, it should have been given a mental error. I mean, the whole idea there is to keep the double play in order, so the A's really caught a break. I agree with you. And Stephen Vogt was not running to third base. To second. He had stopped at first. So regardless, the A's have second and third, one out.
Zobrist takes a 1-1 count.
Stephen Vogt finally got the high fastball outside, and they could drive to left field, left center.
Just outside. Now 2-1 to Zobrist, who singled in the first. So Sogard at third, Vogt at second. That one's hit to right. Rios back. He's got it at the warning track. That'll get Sogard home. And the A's take a 1-0 lead on the sacrifice fly from Ben Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist stay hot. And great to see him back to the lineup. Great to see him continue to swing the bat well. And goes down to get a low pitch and off speed. And almost hit it out, but he'll take the sac fly. Trying to hook it down in the corner, maybe to get two in, but Stephen Vogt with the ball deep enough, able to get the third easily as it went to the warning track.
So now Reddick trying to get a 2-out hit and get Vogt home for Zobrist, his 29th RBI.
And that's what the A's need. They need to get some 2-out hits, and those are always the best hits. 2-out RBI hits.
Well, generally, teams that are hot, that's what they do.
That's right. Yeah, like Morales yesterday. To keep going back to that, that was a big hit with 2 outs.
Reddick swinging a low pitch, 1-2 the count. Looped just past the A's dugout. So 1-2 to Reddick. Reddick grounded out to second to end the first inning. He's 1 for 9 in the series. Fouls that one off his foot. That pitch was down and in, and with that down and in pitch, a lot of times that's the one that you hit off your foot.
Well, there's a cut fastball inside. He went straight down with the swing. Down and oh wow, that's not the ankle or the foot, that's the shin.
See, his feet almost came off the ground. It was quite a ways inside the pitch he swung at.
Sam Fuld fouled the ball off his foot yesterday and took a long time. We talked about the numbness, and of course he had some treatment today, but this ball down and he tried to protect and took it right off his right shin. But Bob Millman saw Sam Fuld and said, "How's your foot?" And he says, "Well, yesterday was twice this size, so I'm okay." And that's what happened. Oh, that's what happened yesterday. And Reddick. And of course, every time something like this happens, I always go back to Jermaine Dye. Dye fouled the ball similarly off to his shin, and there was not good news. And Reddick, who wants to play, it's a matter of putting weight on his leg.
Well, when you see a player wait this long to go to first base, Usually tells you how much pain they're in. You have to put the helmet back on.
Well, unfortunately, the foul ball that goes off your foot that much, or your shin, and I think just like Fold yesterday, Cut, when that happens, it just goes numb. And of course, this you're always concerned about worse things happening, and when that happens, and you go down as hard as he did, and you feel it, and you wonder, when is the circulation going to get back? So it is back.
And this one's lifted in the air to shallow left where Gordon comes in. Gordon and Escobar cannot get together. It falls. Both scores. 2-0. The A's lead. Well, the Royals have looked a little uninterested today at times, and it cost them right there.
Well, then. I was watching Josh Reddick run to first base very, very slowly. All the while, he gets a gift, run batted in, and a hit. And you know, look up. The sun is up there, guys. You know, if you look up, Escobar's going to look up. He's looking into the sun. Gordon comes in, and then he looks up. But it's probably more of an outfielder's ball, because infielders, if they're fighting the sun and a little bit of a breeze and you know, just a ball twisting like that, the A's will take a big 2-out hit.
Well, neither of the players involved there had the look of, hey, I don't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we don't. I mean, maybe they didn't see it, but
Escobar got turned around. He's looking for help the whole way. He was looking for Gordon, and as we've always said, an infielder goes until he hears the outfielder call him off. You cannot shy away from the ball unless you hear the outfielder. And Gordon coming in, maybe he didn't see it initially, but the A's will take the gift 2-out hit.
So Reddick with RBI number 46. Butler hits one high and foul. You see anybody calling for it? Sometimes that's a sign.
Well, watch Escobar get turned around. He's looking up the wrong direction. The ball's behind him. And then he looked up and saw Gordon. I don't know that Escobar ever saw it, but you have to tell somebody, just like Billy Burns did earlier, put your hands up. That's an indication that you don't see the ball.
Butler hits it hard, but right to Escobar. Shovels to second side, retired. So the A's get 2 runs on 3 hits, throwing a sacrifice fly. 2-0 A's after 3.
Hello Kitty is now at an Oakland A's bobblehead dressed in an A's jersey wearing elephant ears. 15,000 fans can pick up and hug the Hello Kitty bobblehead Saturday, July the 18th. Visit athletics.com/tickets today. I bet there's going to be a lot of kids out there.
You think?
Big kids, little kids, all kids.
You and me?
Think Josh Reddick realized Well, Josh Reddick realizes everything, and he just had a huge hit.
That's right.
On the one he didn't think he was going to get.
500th career hit for Josh Reddick, and he'll take it.
Absolutely.
20 years from now, it was a scorching liner to left.
And his shin is healed. It's healthy.
Exactly. And Hosmer is quickly taken care of on the strikeout from Jesse Chavez. 1 out.
Well, with a shift, and he attempted with 1 strike to bunt the ball, missed that one. This time foul tipped into the catcher's mitt of Stephen Vogt. So 3 pitches and a strikeout for Jesse Chavez. Jesse a lot of pitches again in the first 3 innings. Up to 56 after the first 3 where some pitches were not called.
Salvador Perez hit a fly ball to center field in the 2nd inning. Perez is 1 for 9 in the series. Fouled straight back. And that one's hit high in the air to right. Reddick's there. He's got it. So 2 away. And that'll bring up Alex Gordon. Gordon a fly ball to center field as well. That was in the 4th. He's taking all the way, and Jesse Chavez pours it in there for a strike. So just a couple of hits allowed for Jesse, both in the 3rd inning when he stranded the bases loaded. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
First pitch, a get me over fastball. The second, an outstanding 2-seam sinker. Straight down, a little bit off speed, kind of a changeup that Jesse throws. Remember in Texas, it was so muggy, and Jesse held on to a pitch that Odor hit for a 2-run home run. But today he seemed back to his normal with a lot of movement on his pitches.
Now we talked about the weather here, Ray, and how nice it is for a player. Boy, it's got to be perfect for a pitcher.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's really, the Bay Area, it's not humid. So you don't have to deal with the humidity.
Well, you also in this park you deal with a pitcher's park. A little bit different during daytime, but the kind of the heavy air, in a sense, keeps the ball in the park a lot of times. Amazing with daytime how it does change.
1-2 to Gordon. Strike 3 call. Got him looking. Couple of strikeouts for Jesse Chavez in the 4th. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's the A's 2 and the Royals nothing. California is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California. So lots of baseball going on in the Bay Area. That right there looks like a pretty good ball game.
Grass infield.
It looks good. Yeah. Nice little crowd on hand.
I always like those amateur parks with their grass infield. That means those volunteers do a lot of hard work to keep get the grass there. And I've seen some of these youth leagues where the coach will say, all right, guys, if you want to play on this field, you work on this field.
And that's the way it should
So you do your work, you make it feel to where you can play the game, and I think it's a great teaching lesson for the young kids to, instead of having somebody do all the work for you. Oof, that ball hit Max Muncy.
And he did. So Muncy's okay in the on-deck circle. The count 0-2 to Ike Davis.
David Coppin just mentioned at Stanford. They do that over at Stanford, which is just great. Yeah, it's more than just you. I mean, of course.
Right field, down the line, shallow long run for Rios, and he will get there. Well, you take pride in it too, and I think it happens at a lot of colleges where
that's right.
That's what you do. But if it's your own diamond and you're playing on it, you're going to take a lot of pride in fixing it up.
Kind of tailor it how you want it, in a sense. And of course, Clay Wood and his crew does a great job here. As we've been told, some of the best dirt, maybe in all of the American League for sure. And Clay will work with the infielders, ask them what they want, how they want the dirt, which is always special. But I think college level all the way down, you get players working on the fields. That's great.
One 1-0 to Max Muncy. Muncy dribbles it foul. But you think about, Ray, from high school field, little league fields to high school fields, college fields. I mean, there's how many minor league teams? 120, right. You know, I'm guessing. Think about all the baseball fields there are out there. And I tell you what, the college ballparks now are they're as nice as anything.
It's almost like a minor league team when you have the college teams and the stadiums.
Infante grabs it, 2 outs. So that'll bring up Sam Folds with a couple of outs.
Yeah, if you look at the coaching staff for the Kansas City Royals, just thinking about the amateur baseball, I was talking to Don Wakamatsu, who grew up in Hayward, and late Sam Berkovich was very instrumental in youth baseball throughout the Bay Area. And as Wak said, whenever he was playing, he said, if I had to pay for things that kids do today, he said I could never play. And it goes without saying that there are a lot of people in areas, and Sam Berkovich was one of them, who would provide uniforms and places to play. And you think about this, just Dale Swaim, Don Wakamatsu, Doug Henry, and Ned Yost. Yeah. All 4 played on the same summer team here. And now manager, 3 coaches. And I was told by Dale Swaim that the video coordinator and the MLB representative also from the Bay Area. Sure. So you have a whole group of guys who were together, and now they're together at the Major League.
The Raiders head coach, Jack Del Rio, was from Hayward. Terrific high school baseball player. And I bet he's part of that group as well. 2-1 to Sam Full. And there's a base hit to right field. So a 2-out single for a base stealing threat in Sam Full.
See how his foot is.
That pitch right up and out over the middle.
Sam is very hot. He's swinging about well, using the whole field. And, of course, we've seen him go to left center. See him yesterday stealing the base. And scoring a run on the errant throw by Chris Young.
So Burns steps in, extended his hitting streak to 16 games last inning. But talking about those parks, minor league parks, each team has 5, 6 minor league teams, so it's actually closer to a couple hundred minor league parks across the country.
Hey, look at Fitch Park in Arizona, the new spring training home. Of course, the minor, they have the summer baseball. They have extended spring training in a lot of facilities, and a lot of hard work put into maintaining them. And this is one of the best in baseball right here at the Coliseum.
0-1 to Burns. Quick throw, Fold is back. So the hitting streak for Billy Burns, longest hitting streak by a rookie. Terrence Long 17, Luis Polonia 17, Mike Edwards 17. So Billy Burns closing in on an A's record.
And Luis Polonia, similar type of hitter as Billy Burns, just a slap hitter, good speed, Little Louis they call him. Probably playing still someplace.
Slapping the baseball. Fold's got 6 steals. Been thrown out a couple of times. It's bounce to Infante, who flips to first. Side retired. A hit and a runner left. So we're through 4 at the Coliseum, and it's the A's with a 2-0 lead.
Of course, it's fireworks night after the A's take on the Mariners. 6:05 p.m. contest. Fans can watch the postgame fireworks show from the outfield grass, but as always, on-field capacity is limited. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/fireworks. About the July pass, and now the fireworks July 3rd. That's coming up the end of this homestand next Friday.
So 4th of July Saturday, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Saturday day game, so it'll be a Friday night fireworks. Of course, the Mariners Thursday, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, and the 4th of July will be a Saturday day game. Sunday the 5th, again day game to close out the homestand, and the A's trying to get the first win on this long homestand of 10 games.
The Rockies will be in tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. Interleague baseball. Rockies are playing the Giants in San Francisco right now, so they will stay in the Bay Area.
Looking forward to hearing Renee Latchman.
That's right.
I have to sing just hearing. That's got that voice that you can hear forever.
It's sort of a typical Rockies team. They can hit. They lead the National League in runs scored, but they have the worst ERA in the National League, and that's just kind of the way it goes with Colorado. But my advanced scouts with the Giants tell me, Ray, that they can get very, very good offense.
And I know that the third baseman, looking forward to seeing him.
Star of the making. Reddick is under it, and he reaches back. He's got it. Rios is retired.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Walt Weiss. Of course, Walt coming back where he started his great career and now managing the Rockies.
Rockies are 33-41 on the year. But it is a dangerous team. To Tulowitzki, former Athletic Carlos Gonzalez.
Tulo from the area.
Yep.
So he'll be happy to be coming. Actually, in the area the whole week, as a matter of fact, for Lewinsky.
Yeah, he's got to be thrilled. Come home for a week.
Asked Ned Yost about that. Of course, Bay Area product. I said, family said a lot of brothers, a lot of people here for the weekend. So they're having their off day here on Thursday.
Here's your matchups. Hale and Graveman, a couple of young right-handers, and then De La Rosa, who's pretty good. He's probably the best starter for the Rockies against Gray, Bettis, and Hahn. So 2 night games and a day game. All televised on Comcast Sportsnet California. So you're saying Ned Yost is getting the, hey, remember me from high school calls?
Well, he's got the brothers live here, so that's a natural, you know. But I'm sure for the 4 that I mentioned with Bay Area ties, I'm sure they definitely were having some calls. People out here. We were talking to Don Wakamatsu when he coached for the Athletics, and his parents lived here. And he said, "What are you doing on your off day?" He said, "Mowing the lawn."
Nothing wrong with that.
No, just having a good time. Waka, former manager, good man.
2-2 to Infante.
Spent a year as a bench coach. Went up to Seattle to manage there. He's Don Wakamatsu, and actually managed in Kansas City when Ned Yost was ejected, and Walk was also ejected in that wild Sunday game.
Right. That's right. Tough sun for Zobrist, fighting it, but he makes the catch. So that's the second out here in the top of the 5th. So here's Dyson. Dyson singled in the 3rd and was stranded.
Dyson.
Well, use your glove as much as possible. He has the sunglasses. Your glove will shade your eyes until the ball comes out of the sun. And that's a great way to play it. Ben Zobrist, of course, in left field. And he's got to be wondering, is there no place I can play where the sun is not a factor?
No, there's not.
not in a day game at the Coliseum. That's the best way to do it. Take your big Oakland A's umbrella and sit under the umbrella. Guy with a Doolittle shirt wondering when can he cheer for Sean.
We want to cheer for Sean. We just don't know if and when it's going to happen this year.
This is Chavez, a walk to Moustakas, and the bases loaded, but since then has retired everybody, including the big out by Morales with the bases loaded.
The 2-1 to Dyson. Pitch number 79 coming up, and that's line to center, and that's a base hit. So Dyson to first. He's got to go, Ray.
Well, you know, twice now he's gotten singles with 2 outs and did not run the first time. Escobar ended up singling. Moustakas walked, and then Jesse Chavez got Morales. But you know, the one thing I've noticed, I think of some great speed players, and Dyson has tremendous speed. You get a base hit,
run.
Why jog to first base?
I agree with you 110%.
You know, he got to first base and just kind of casually rounded. If you run hard, I mean, the way he's running now, if Billy Burns had bobbled the ball, he could not have gone to second. You run hard, and they're in this inning bobble.
Yep. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
It was an extreme. I mean, watch it. This is probably the fastest guy in the team, one of the fastest players in the league.
He's done that
and that's how he runs to first base.
That's twice. So, I mean, how about guys riding the bag and sliding to stop themselves? But just in case there's a bump. I mean, speed, and we've talked with Billy about Billy Burns and what he can do. And there's an example of a guy, man, be blessed with that kind of speed and not sprint all the time.
Pitch to Escobar is popped up. And here's Ike Davis. He sees it all the way, and he's got it. Side retired. So a hit and a runner left. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 A's lead.
Line the 22nd. Ace players and coaches. Local celebrities will serve fans root beer floats for $3 each. Proceeds benefit JDRF, adding to the more than $400,000 the event has raised. Sugar-free floats will be available. Also, a special thanks to Dryer's Ice Cream and Zevia, the zero-calorie soda for product donations. Admission is free with the game ticket. Donnie Moore told me that yesterday, Faith and Family Day, had over 5,000 people here for the post-game Faith and Family. So that was great. We also expect big turnout for the Root Beer Float Day.
It's a night game this year, right? Root Beer Float. Sogard to Dyson, who gets back and retires Sogard. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. A's with a 2-0 lead.
That's right. It's the 23rd is a day game, so it'll be the night in Toronto, right?
Steven Vogt.
So here's Vogt with 1 out. A's with 2 runs in the 3rd inning. A sacrifice fly by Zobrist, and then a missed pop-up that fell for a hit by Reddick that knocked in a run. So the A's caught a break there, took advantage. Vogt had a single and he scored a run in that 3rd inning. And he scored on the missed pop-up. Mariners leading the Angels 1-0 in the 7th inning. And remember, that's Felix Hernandez looking for his 11th win of the year. Big curve in first strike, so a 2-0 curveball.
Checking also that Robinson Cano is in the lineup after taking a errant throw during warm-ups by Featherstone through the ball.
In between innings.
In between innings, hit him in the head.
Fair ball down the right field line. And Vogt with a big turn. And he stays at first. So Stephen Vogt, not the speediest guy, but runs hard to first like you're supposed to.
Exactly. Now watch the right foot guard that he has protected. He runs so hard it flips off. As he's running to first base, it flips straight up off his foot. And Stephen Vogt at least thinking if the ball gets down in the corner, is going to go for 2. Rios a good job cutting it off, but here we go. There, just pop.
It falls off every
time. I guess the impact of his foot hitting the ground just pops straight up. So Stephen Vogt wearing the protection on the top of his foot. Steel plate inside his foot, and he continues to play and took a hard ball off his right wrist on Friday night, back in the game yesterday and today again.
So 0-1 to Zobrist. Zobrist pop foul. That'll drop right by the A's bullpen. Scotty dropped
that play.
It's a catchable ball by Scotty, and I think Ray.
He didn't have to jump either.
Yeah, I think he's got to make that play.
Scott, get under it. The guys are expecting protection. He's not offering much.
You know, I think Scotty, again, it's kind of like diving when you don't have to. He jumped. He didn't have to. I think he's just trying to get on the highlight shows.
Scott Emerson's saying, "What are you doing, Scott?" And he knows I got to work on that. Got to work on just a little bit more.
Better be ready. You don't want to do it twice in a row. And there's a shot to right field. Rios coming in, and he's got it. Vogt has to hustle back.
Okay.
So that'll bring up Reddick, who got his 500th career hit his last time up, and before he did that.
And he's got to be laying there and thinking, I need 1 hit for 500, so you know what? I'll just jog to first, and all of a sudden, gift hit, thank you, base hit, and not only a hit, 500th, and gets a run batted in.
And he'll take it.
Yes, he will. The A's will take it too.
And Reddick gets a high pop-up foul. Yeah, so that the Robinson Cano play, he was in the dugout. He's just first base dugout in between innings, just walking through the dugout. His team is batting, and I guess a throw from Featherstone shot past the first baseman and into the dugout, and it hit Cano in the head.
Yeah,
and quite a lump on his head. They did the concussion test.
Infante backhands, and the Royals will get the out at second side, retired. So 6th inning coming up. Jesse Chavez nursing a 2-0 lead. Log on to CSNCalifornia.com as our A's insider Joe Stiglitz provides wire-to-wire reporting on this 2015 A's season with breaking news, video, special features, and more. It's only on CSNCalifornia.com. Joe does a terrific job as always. Bring the long homestand. There's some great A's fans in the building. So Jesse Chavez with a 2-0 lead, and he will face the heart of the order. Moustakas, Morales, Hosmer, if anybody were to get on Salvador Perez. Moustakas, a fly ball to right and a walk. And in the series, 1 for 8. He was hitless yesterday, which broke a 10-game hitting streak for Moustakas. Looks like Ray with this young man finally kind of putting it all together. He's had some okay first couple years for the Royals, but this year top 10 in batting average.
Well, he's an excellent third baseman, defensively hitting second, left-handed hitter. And actually can protect Escobar a little bit if he gets on and wants to steal, left-handed batter. But that's the spray right there. I mean, left field hits 31, 1 home run, center field. So if you go oppo to left field, center field, and you have 57 hits in that direction, in those directions, I mean, that's a great hit.
And he's going to have one there, I believe, as it drops in front of Burns, and then Reddick has a little bit of trouble picking it up, and that's going to allow Moustakas to get to second.
Well, Burns could not reach down and get it. He saw Reddick there and just kept running, and that might have distracted Josh just enough, because normally he would have picked it up and held Moustakas to a single, but the fact that Moustakas was running to first, went down and got an off-speed pitch and raked it into right center, but he was running hard to first, so the ball got under Burns there, and then Reddick, I think he was distracted. I think with Burns running in front of him, could not pick it up, so it's a clean double.
Let's see if Moustakas
he's running.
Going to stop.
Well, he hesitated momentarily, and I think had Reddick come up with it cleanly, he would not have gone. I think he would have stopped, but the fact that he hesitated just momentarily, it kept him going because he didn't break stride. But Burns there, and then Reddick had Burns in front of him. I think Reddick had to have thought Burns was going to catch it all the way, and maybe Burns was referring to Reddick, who has a stronger arm and was
And that one under the glove of Zobrist. Moustakas will stop at third. So Morales with a hit, and the Royals got something going here in the sixth. First and third, nobody out. So a double and a single.
And because of the double, Kurt Young's not going to visit, but Morales just trying to pull the ball to the right side, and second base was Zobrist in the outfield. Remember, Sogard is playing short today. He has made some very good plays in the outfield grass on the road trip, in particular in Texas. Moustakas had held up thinking the ball in the line might be caught.
So the hitter is Hosmer and then Perez, so a couple of tough outs.
Now batting, number 35.
Hosmer, strikeout victim. Grounded out to first, and his first at bat then struck out. So Jesse Chavez has pitched in trouble the first couple. Trouble again now. This time nobody out with first and third.
And Hosmer with a big swing and a miss, chased the ball. Getting the run home from third with less than 2 outs. Hosmer 4 for 9 this year.
And the A's are willing to give up the run to get 2. That's why the infield is back with a 2-0 lead.
Swing and a miss. Oscar looks like he's trying to hit one about 12 miles. Although he'll probably shorten up a little bit now.
And Jesse, good job taking something off the pitch, similar to what he did to Moustakas when he hit the ball to right center, and Hosmer just not able to make contact there. 0-2, struck out on the foul tip his last at bat.
Moustakas at third, Morales at first. And that one is just a touch inside. Good pitch though.
Xavi trying to bring the ball back with a 2-seam action over the inside corner and fooling. You get a hitter to do that with his arms, and you catch any part of the corner. That's a great pitch, and Jim Reynolds just not giving the pitch in there today.
No, Hosmer, who's 0 for 2 in this game. He has grounded out and he has struck out. Inside with a fastball. So now the count is full.
Morales does not have a lot of speed. Might run a stay out of a possible double play. I don't think so, though. I think he's just going to go station to station.
Not running. The ball is hit high and foul as Hosmer kind of reached for it, protecting.
Well, if he could catch the inside corner, pitch that was just off the plate. I don't know how confident he is to go inside again with the pitch. Going to go back outside.
Here it is, and the ball's hit to shallow center. Burns coming in, still coming in, and he's got it. And Moustakas isn't going anywhere. A huge out there for Jesse Chavez.
Well, you see the run at third go halfway. That is always a great sign. Nobody out. Not going to test anybody with nobody out. Now the A's, the best case, if they could get a ground ball with Perez, get a double play, get out of the inning with no run scoring. And Billy Burns seeing this one all the way. Shallow, charging, thrown back in, and hit the cutoff man. Moustakas down the line. And that going back to third, that was after Billy had caught the ball. Fernando Rodriguez getting loose in the A's bullpen. Pitch count getting up a little bit for Jesse.
Slowly hit. Muncy charges. He's going to come home. The throw is high. It's off the glove of Vogt. Run scores, and both runners are going to move up. So it's a fielder's choice RBI E5 and a very costly play by Muncy.
It was the right play, the only play if he makes a good throw. But how many times you see a fielder try to throw over the base runner? You can't get an angle
And see how high he threw it. That's the throw over Moustakas, who's coming in. And as a result, Jesse Chavez couldn't be tagging or backing up. And once the ball got past Vogt, off his glove, he went down. And the other runners just coasted into the next bases.
So they'll walk Gordon to face Rios. So I think you're right, Ray. I think a good throw home, and he's out.
Yeah, exactly.
But once Vogt had to jump up for it, it makes it a real tough play all around for the catcher, because it's a tag play.
But if he had stopped or just thrown, see, Vogt is giving him a target on the inside. But again, I think it was the runner. And as he was running in, as Muncy was running in, probably felt he couldn't stop because the runner was running and tried to throw over him. But that's like a first baseman trying to go inside to get the target. And Vogt in that last shot, which was a good one, showed the target to throw inside, but again trying to throw over the runner.
First pitch to Rios, a bit high. So Morales at third, Perez at second, Gordon at first. The runner at third and the runner at second. Not a lot of speed. Rios hits a high pop-up foul.
Well, Rios hit 2 fly balls to right field, and he waits a long time, and as a result, that usually a fly ball type of hitter, and one deep enough would tie the game. Gets on top of a ball, hits it on the ground, quick 2-2.
Good pitch there. Change up, and Rios missed it. So now it's 1-2. Infante is the on deck hitter.
Great change up, kind of a two-seam, a screwball, back door coming in.
Ball just missed inside. So Vogt wanted it inside, and Jesse Chavez got it in there. Maybe a little bit of a setup pitch too, right?
Yeah. Well, he went back door the previous pitch with a changeup. Set up again with a circle change. Back inside, backing it up.
Burns goes back. Tagging is Morales. He's going to come in to score. Perez hustles for third. So the Royals have tied it here in the 6th inning. A sacrifice fly by Alex
Rios. Well, that's really a case in this inning of a team taking advantage of a mistake. And a mistake.
Now batting, number 14, Omar
He's trying
Infante.
to keep it at a tie game.
First pitch to Infante. He got a good swing. Infante, a strikeout and a pop out so far today. He's 2 for 10 in the series. He has been a hot hitter. And there's a base hit to right field, and the Royals take the lead. Perez trots home, so Infante, that's what he does. He's not afraid to go the other way, and he lined it to right. So 3-2, Royals lead.
And Cap, you look at Perez going to third on the fly ball to center field. That's a huge 90 feet because Reddick's strong arm, and this ball going to right field, elevated fastball, and Infante just reached out, took the pitch that direction, and that quickly 3 runs in the inning, and the A's are trailing.
And you know what, Ray? Perez is not a fast runner at all, but a little aggressive base running, and it worked. So Jesse Chavez is done for the afternoon. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So Jesse Chavez was rolling along, but kind of ran out here in the 6th inning. And the Royals have scored 3 times, 108 pitches for Chavez. He had allowed just 3 hits through the first 5 innings of shutout baseball. So Gordon at second, Infante at first, 2 outs. Fernando Rodriguez comes in to try to get Dyson. First pitch up and away. Rodriguez pitched on Friday night. Inning and 2/3. A couple of walks, but no runs through 24 pitches. Overall, his 21st appearance. There's a strike. 1-1 count. Pretty good. Inherited runners, and how many has he stranded? He stranded 9 of 11. Pitch there, 1-2. Muncy in a little bit. Now he backs off with 2 strikes. Dyson, a very good runner with lots of speed, but this obviously not a spot where he would run.
That great curveball by Fernando is a great pitch to throw instead of just a couple fastballs that he threw to get ahead.
No swing by Dyson.
Curveball can be a relatively easy pitch to block, but not one that bounces 3 feet out in front of home plate, and that's a big hop that hits Stephen Vogt. Once he blocked the ball, immediately pointed to third base to get a check swing and appeal to see if he went.
So 2-2. This one's popped up fouls. Dyson kind of holds that bat. Hands are a little bit low, kind of keeps it right in front of him, but then, as most hitters do, they go back a little bit. That's the foul ball guy right there.
That's it.
And
he made a great play.
He is the guy that catches the foul balls, and that is foul ball alley, and he kind of runs that area, Ray. And that young man is here almost every game. He's got his jerseys. He's got an A's flag that he waves, and I don't know how many foul balls he's caught this year.
He's probably made a lot of friends. He probably gives them away.
You know what? I have seen him give them away. See, he's got his A's flag right next to him. There he is.
Yeah.
That's a good A's fan right there. That's awesome. 3-2 runners go up the middle. Sogard has it. Throws to first to get Dyson side retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. So it's now 3-2 Royals. Here's how the A's got their second run. 2 outs. The runner at third. Nobody wants to catch it. Reddick will take it. It's an RBI hit. It was 2-0 A's, but then past half inning, costly error by Muncy as he threw it past the catcher. That brought in a run, and then that hit right there, a 2-out single by Infante, broke the 2-2 tie. So it was a 3-run top of the 6th inning for the Royals. So they now lead 3-2, bottom of the 6th. So Guthrie working with a lead as he faces Butler, Davis, and Muncy here, bottom of the 6th. Come get it, Billy. Country breakfast. Of course, the giveaway today, the Country Breakfast Bowl. So that'll be in use tomorrow.
By you?
Maybe. Not out of the question. Somebody in my family will be using it. I will not use it as a hat because that is just not working. So 2-1 to Butler, who has walked and grounded out. And hits it high and foul. So 2-2. Angels have tied up the Mariners. It's now 1-1 in the 8th inning. Angels still batting in the bottom of the 8th. Felix Hernandez out of the game. Strike 3 call. Outside corner, strikeout number 5 for Guthrie.
Now, Billy Butler is a designated hitter. Possibly had been upstairs with Adam Roden taking a look at previous at bats and just watching the strike zone. And to take that pitch, a cutter, and has to be wondering how could you call it, because you haven't called it all day. And that's sometimes a disadvantage if you watch at bats, which everything's on video now anyway. But that cut fastball just evidently, according to Jim Reynolds, right on the corner.
Mike Davis swings at an off-speed pitch and misses. Davis strikeout and a fly ball to right field. A's have 7 hits in the game. They've stranded 6 through the first 5 innings. And that knocked the mask off of Salvador Perez. I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
Must have hit right on the side, and then
it wasn't even a foul ball. I mean, that may have hit his bat, Ray. In fact, I think it did. Yeah. So it is a foul ball. 0-2. Setting up way outside is Perez. So.
Did it? Yeah.
1-2 pitch, curveball swing and a miss by Davis.
So Perez that time pointing to the ground in front of home plate. He was basically telling Jeremy Guthrie, throw the curveball out there in front. He did exactly what his catcher instructed him. Kind of forced him to get this curveball down, and that's where you want to throw the curveball, not hang it.
So 6 strikeouts now for Guthrie. He's got Davis twice. Here's Muncy. Curve for a strike.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the control of Jeremy Guthrie. Friday night he was in the outfield shack, and they was playing catch with a fan above the out-of-town scoreboard in left field. And he was playing catch with a guy standing in the front row, and he was throwing for me left field grass and hitting the target every time and playing catch with a fan. So I watching him do that Friday night, not surprised he's throwing pitches away in his start this afternoon.
See, that is top quality investigative reporting by you, right? That is awesome.
Well, I just think it's rare that, first of all, a player is playing catch with a fan in the stands.
Sure.
But to be able to throw it and play catch like he's on the field throwing. And here's a fan what, 30 feet elevated in left field. I said, don't you have anybody else to play catch with? But that's above somebody in the front row. I mean, he was just a casual toss.
Hit the target every time.
Every time.
See what he does on 2-2. Curveball right there, straight 3 call. How about that inning? Struck out the side. 2 looking, 1 swinging, and we're headed to the 7th. 3-2 Royals.
To you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
So a beautiful day here at the Coliseum, but the Royals, with a 3-2 lead, as they're trying to sweep the Athletics. The Royals coming in with the best record in the American League. Only the Cardinals have a better record in all of Major League Baseball. But a little bit of time yet for the Athletics, but they'll have to do it against Guthrie in the bullpen of the Royals.
Cardinals already to 50 wins.
If you believe their record, 50-24.
Yeah, they said something like the quickest to 50 in 10 years.
And that's a team that lost their ace, Adam Wainwright, for the year. Holiday's on the disabled list.
Isn't Adams out for the year?
That's right. The big first baseman's out for the year, too. So that's quite an organization. They just keep rolling it out. Muncy dives. Nice play. Gets up, throws a little high, but Davis stretches to make the play. So Escobar is retired on a nice play by Max Muncy.
Well, but Emo the bag had to dive, and of course you always wonder, Sogard shortstop playing deep, would he have thrown him out? Muncy got up quickly knowing the speed of Escobar and hurried the throw, and fortunately this one high, but Ike Davis able to bring it down. Important, as we have talked about yesterday, A's almost came back in the 8th inning, but try to keep it at a 1-run deficit as the bullpen getting active for the Royals, expecting somebody to come in the 7th.
First pitch to Moustakis is outside.
You know, we talk about when you're facing the Royals because they're strong bullpen, that 6-inning game, it might just be a 6-inning game for the starting pitchers of the Royals. Just figuring that get the lead.
And most of the time you say, well, you want your starter to go more than 6, but with the Royals, you'd be happy.
Exactly.
Because then you can hand it over. Although Guthrie is pitching as well right now as he has at any point in this game.
Is that Morales?
That is Franklin Morales. Guthrie's retired 5 in a row, and he struck out the side in the 6th. So maybe Morales got himself ready.
Well, Morales was up while Guthrie was striking out the side. last inning and continues to throw now. So we'll see what Negos decides to do.
2-2 now to Moustakas, who has hit a fly ball to right. He has walked and he has doubled and scored. He got that 3-run 6th inning started with his double. Another foul ball straight back. The Angels have taken the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cole Calhoun with an RBI single, so it's now the Angels 2, the Mariners 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Angels will stay home and they will host the Yankees Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. In the air toward Full. And Full has it. And 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. The Mariners will be off tomorrow. And they will be at San Diego Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the Mariners will be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I think the Mariners are doing the same thing the A's did. Finish a series in Anaheim and then bus to San Diego. Although they will have an off day in San Diego. Not a bad place to have an off day. We found that out on 2 days. San Diego. Nice place. 2-0 the count to Kendrys Morales. And Rodriguez got the final out in the 6th inning. This one's hit in the air to left, and that's hit pretty well. Fold is back, and a couple steps from the wall, he makes the catch. Side retired. 7th inning stretch coming up from the O.co. It's the Royals 3 and the A's 2. The A's trailing 3-2. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. And it's time for the Royals bullpen, and it's Franklin Morales, the left-hander, comes in. 3-0, 3.07 ERA. Morales pitched on Friday night. He was the pitcher who hit Stephen Vogt. He ended up giving up a run in that game. Burns to follow, and then Sogard. So a couple of left-handers in this inning, and that's why Morales is out there. First pitch is a fastball at 92 miles an hour, but outside.
Well, Morales has had some control problems, and that's what the A's are hopeful, maybe to get some runners on base, even if they get them via the walk. See what Morales does. It's always scary. A couple of right-handed hitters grabbing bats, Fegley and Semien, just in case.
Moustakas in on the grass. Morales hugging the line and in a little bit. A one-hop shot right to Escobar, who throws to first to get full. Hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. Good outing for Jeremy Guthrie. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. And the strikeouts this season.
Now batting center fielder, number 1,
3 pitches.
Billy Burns.
He stranded a couple in the first inning. The A's got their 2 runs in the third, but after that third inning, he gave up just a couple of hits, and
Escobar took it off his finger.
Yeah, he juggled that ball. And sometimes you'll see an infielder. It happened to Jed Lowry last year. Remember, you get that throwing hand in the glove a little too soon, and that may be exactly what happened with Escobar. Watch the throwing hand. When Jed Lowry did it, it broke his finger, the tip of his finger, and he missed some time.
He actually played a couple of games with a fracture. Then they did the MRI and realized it was fractured.
Huh. So it looks like it's the index finger. That's Christian Colon, who's a backup infielder, who's keeping an eye on it. Escobar playing catch with Perez at a very short distance. But I remember when it happened to Lowry, Ray, he did play a couple games after that, but you could tell something was wrong. His throws just really didn't have a whole lot on it.
Well, that short distance might have been for a reason, because it looks like he's still bothering.
And they're going to stay in as he walks back to his position. I'm sure they will keep a very close eye on him. So 1 out here in the 7th, and on the top of the order, Billy Burns. Burns has hit a fly ball to center field. He has singled, and he has grounded out. He has extended his hitting streak. This one's hit well, and Gordon can't get it over his head. And Burns to second with a 1-out double, and he's the tying run.
Well, we have talked about how the outfielders have played Billy Burns very shallow. And this may be, next to the 2 home runs he's hit, one of the hardest he has hit. And got it over the head of Gordon, who's a Gold Glove outfielder. And he was playing shallow and just could not reach up and catch the ball over his head. Looked like his glove came close to catching it. Looked like he came close and did not jump that high, but playing shallow and got burned on it. So maybe that would help the A's take advantage in this half inning.
So we're going to get a pinch hitter. Marcus Semien's going to hit for Sogard. So Bob Melvin wants a right-hander against Franklin Morales.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen, for the Athletics. Batting for Sogard, number 10, Marcus Semien.
So here's Semien, chance to tie the game. First pitch way inside.
Well, the one thing when Morales hit Stephen Vogt on Friday night, the first thing that came up, of course, it was his lack of control. And but still, if you hit somebody, and especially inside, why even attempt it? And that's Salvador Perez pretty much set in the middle of the plate, but trying to go inside to Semien.
Missed again. This one down and in, 2-0.
And guess who's in the on deck circle? Stephen Vogt, of course.
And the bullpen is, nobody's throwing.
Well, yesterday,
nobody's really up stretching around either.
Yesterday it was Madsen who had the 7th inning. Davis the 8th, Hall in the 9th. Herrera pitched on Friday night, but just an inning.
And that one to the backstop. And Burns goes to third, and Perez just missed it.
Well, he was set up inside, and as hard as Morales throws, I mean, good break for the A's, but for Perez inside, look how far he has to reach to try to go get the ball. And I bet he's going to be given a pass ball, which shouldn't be, considering it's a wild pitch. That's a good call, because that's a very difficult play to handle. But again, the A's catching the break, and I always think that when that happens to a catcher, it becomes kind of a jabbing catcher, because instead of letting the ball come to you, you start thinking, oh, he's going to do that again. Sure. I got to go get it, and that could be disruptive for a catcher as well.
3-0 pitch with the infield in is a strike. So now 3-1. So infield in. The tying run is at third with 1 out. And a swing and a miss came right at him, 93 miles an hour, and looked like his ball's got a little cut to it as well.
And you have to figure he's going to do the same thing on 3-2. I don't know that Perez would call anything but a fastball. We shall see.
It's bounced to Moustakas, who's right there. Burns bluffs going, but stays at third, and Moustakas retires Simeon, and that's a huge out. So here's Vogt.
Friday night, Morales up and in, hit Stephen Vogt on his right wrist. As that's how far the pitch was offline. Perez immediately calling for the A's dugout, and got him in the wrist, and then in the immediate part of the right hand did come out of the game. Fortunately, X-ray showed no fracture, so maybe he can throw so far outside. Now he throws another wild pitch.
First pitch to Vogt is a strike. Vogt is 2 for 3, couple of singles and a run scored. He also is struck out, so the average at 303. The Royals got a big 2-out hit in the 6th inning by Infante. The A's need one here, but now it's 0-2. Matson, the right-hander, throwing, and he's himself ready. Bounce toward Morales, who charges to get a good hop. Side retired. So the A's missed an opportunity. They had Burns at third with 1 out, could not get him home.
Service is celebrating 13 years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in True HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
for Kansas City. Batting for Hosmer, number 6, Lorenzo Cain.
So top of the 8th inning. He's bringing in Edward Majica. So Majica takes over for Rodriguez, who did a nice job, inning and a third, retired all 4 hitters. And he's going to face a pinch hitter, Lorenzo Cain. So Hosmer out of the game. How about that? Cain hitting for Hosmer here in the 8th. So Majica 2-2, 3.43. Those are combined numbers with the Red Sox and the Yankees.
I have to wonder with Hosmer being taken out of the game if something actually forced Ned Yost to make the change defensively, because Hosmer's Gold Glove first baseman, and I wouldn't think that he would defer to Morales just for a day off. So
yeah, the fact that Hosmer was in the original lineup at first base and then it was changed, maybe something's bothering him.
Meanwhile, it's righty on righty, but Cain has tremendous speed. Looks like it's Herrera thrown in the Royals bullpen now.
Spins Cain out of the way. 2-2 the count. Perez to follow, then Gordon.
Not as close as it seemed, but the ball was past Cain by the time he backed off.
And that one just missed outside. 3-2. There's Herrera just now starting to get loose. Outfield shifted toward right center for Cain, who hits it right back up the middle, and it somehow rolls into center field. Even if the infielders would have picked it up, he was going to have a hit no matter what, but it ended up rolling through into center field. Leadoff single for Lorenzo Cain.
You're right, and with the speed of Cain, no matter who fielded it, and just they both went for it, and neither one got it.
So here's Perez. Saw Simeon, who's in the game after pinch hitting for Sogard. Down in Anaheim with a couple outs and nobody on base, Ray, in the top of the 9th inning, Kyle Seager hit a solo home run off Houston Street. And it is tied 2-2 in the 9th inning. So Street was 1 out away from what would have been a good 2-1 win for the Angels, but he retired Cano, he retired Cruz. Seager hit a home run.
But once again, Felix Hernandez, the starting pitcher, gets what, 1 run of support while he's in the game.
He was sitting on possibly taking the loss. 2-0 now to Salvador Perez, who's 0 for 3. Had a fielder's choice RBI and scored a run in the 6th inning. He hit that little tapper to Muncy that Muncy threw away at the plate. Low, and now it's 3-0. Gordon to follow. Perez slightly open stance. Take it all the way, and it's a strike. As we told you earlier, the Astros won and the Rangers lost so far today in the West. The Angels are now 4.5 back with that Astros win, so they're trying to keep pace. Actually, coming into today, the Angels and the Rangers both tied. Same record, 4 games back. Perez hits one high in the air to left. That's trouble, and that's gone. A long home run for Salvador Perez. So huge insurance runs for the Royals as it's now 5-2 in the 8th.
You know what that was? That was a fastball down the middle of the plate, said hit me.
And he did.
And Perez hit it. He crushed it. Fell behind 3-0 to 3-2. Kane was not running, which is a surprise. But look at this fastball. That is as good a fastball to hit as you might ever expect. As a hitter, he loaded up, leg kick, got the fastball, crushed it. And that is a big blow. From down by 1 to down by 3, and for a lights out bullpen. I hate to keep saying it, but the Royals bullpen is lights out, and that's a big boost for them.
So a 3 RBI game for Salvador Perez. That is his 12th home run of the year.
And you saw how he loaded up. I mean, when he lifted the leg kick, he's looking fastball 3-2. He got it, and no question. Especially, and again, it's not so much of the velocity; it's the location, and that was right down the middle. And that's why it's tough for Ned Yost to take him out of line, because of that right there.
Gordon. It's a high pop-up behind short. Simeon grabs it. 1 out. And the thing, too, with that lineup situation of the Royals, you can say, well, why don't you DH him? Well, Kendrys Morales is your full-time DH, and he leads your team in RBI, so you can't take him out of the lineup. And put Morales at first, well, then Hosmer's out. So there's not really a second spot to put Salvador Perez. One out for Rios. Just missed down and away. Rios had a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning. Off speed, and it's 0-2. So he threw the same pitch again. This time Rios did not go after it. Rios still trying to get rolling. He missed 7 weeks. His hand broke early in the year, as Ray said earlier, right before the A's Royals series in April. Swings and misses there.
Fans, you can fill out your 2015 Insurance All-Star Game ballot now at athletics.com. Voting is exclusively online and available on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Vote up to 35 times at athletics.com. I'm just going to throw in any number. Whatever.
Don't you break the rules, Ray.
Stephen Vogt, Josh Reddick, Sonny Gray, a lot of candidates you can vote for. He's 7 last year that the All-Star game.
And what's interesting, every Monday, I think it's Monday, they announce the latest tallies. On Monday, I think they announce the American League, and then on Tuesday, they announce the National League, the updated count. So we'll see if the Royals are still holding firm on some of their positions for starting the All-Star game. And the fan.
Yeah, it's next week, the last week of voting. Because the week,
that would probably make sense.
Yeah, because 2 weeks from Tuesday would be the All-Star.
So probably, yeah, probably a week from today would be it. Zobrist, a couple steps into foul territory, grabs it, side retired, but Salvador Perez a 2-run homer, so it's now 5-2 Royals as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 5-8-0 for the Royals, 2-8-1 for the Athletics. Guthrie went 6. Perez with a big 2-run homer to pad this Royals lead. Jesse Chavez got knocked out in the 6th inning, and his offense has been quiet in this series. 1 for 16 with runners in scoring position. In fact, 2 runs on 4 hits on Friday night, 2 runs on 4 hits yesterday afternoon, and today just a couple of runs on 8 hits. And now they'll face Kelvin Herrera. So Herrera, not a huge fan favorite here at the Coliseum, and I don't think he ever will be a fan favorite. But he will face Zobrist, Reddick, and Butler. So Zobrist has singled, a sacrifice fly, and hit a fly ball to right field. Hard throwing Herrera. First pitch is high, so 1-0. Defense fairly straight away for Zobrist. In the outfield, slightly shaded toward left center, but the infield defense is pretty straight up.
I think if somebody throws as hard as Herrera does, play straight up, because you really can't determine how the guy's going to hit the ball. Whether he's going to pull it in a sort of a spray chart. So, not surprised. That's a good
right past Herrera into center field for a hit. So leadoff single, that's hit number 9 for the A's.
Right back up the middle, and that's how hot Zobrist has been. But surprising, watch the glove go up by Herrera. Almost went in his glove, almost found it, but in the center field for base hit. And it's so much easier for a reliever to come in with a 3-run lead than a 1-run lead. It makes such a huge difference. He's trying to cut back and make it at least a 1-run game again. If not, take the lead, tie it, do something.
First pitch to Reddick is in for a strike at 97 miles an hour. That single in the 3rd inning was the pop-up that fell between Gordon and Escobar. And that was career hit number 500 for Reddick. It's this one to left, and that is just foul. So Reddick trying for a double the other way, but just fell foul, so 0-2 the count.
In the case of Herrera, and he throws upper 90s, he provides the power. You don't have to necessarily try to pull it. Not surprising that Zobrist went up the middle with a base hit. Reddick going opposite field. So kind of let the power be there and go with the pitch.
0-2 pitch, and that's a high fastball at 98, and Reddick swings and misses. So 8th strikeout by Royals pitchers today.
You know, that kind of velocity, you watch hitters gear up a little bit extra, which means they don't intentionally expand the strike zone. It's just they see a fastball that looks hittable up in that zone. It's very, very tough. The fastball that's up seems like it's much harder.
So that'll bring up Butler. Butler has walked, grounded out, and struck out. And there's a strike. First pitch fastball. Butler struggling right now. He's 0 for his last 15. Butler takes again, and it's another strike. 95 miles an hour.
Left ring finger sprain of Hosmer from yesterday. So I guess that with throwing maybe would affect him, since he's a left-handed thrower. And for Escobar, split index fingernail. Ow. Had those as a catcher, and those aren't fun.
I know, you got a crooked finger to show for it.
Oh, those are broken. I'm talking about the nails.
Broken bones, cracked nails.
Turn the corner, though.
It's good. Glad about that. 1-2 is blocked by Perez. Can't find it. It's right at his feet.
That's a major league block, yeah. I mean, it's thrown that hard, and Perez head in front of him, and that's enough. And you're down by 3. No secondary leads there, even though Zobrist is very good about doing that.
You know, I mean, he really moves well back there. Yeah. He is a big, big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 240, 250 pounds. A liner fair down the left field line. Zobrist around second, and he's going to go to third. Butler's going to try for second, and Billy Butler makes it with a slide. So second and third, 1 out.
You know, the breaking ball that Perez blocked so well. Once that happens, that hitter's got to be thinking he's going to throw me a fastball. He did, and Butler at the top hand. So Country Breakfast Bowl giveaway today, and Country Breakfast comes up with a big double to left field. But the A's really have to do something. They had an opportunity to tie it last inning with a run at third and 1 out. Could not do it. And this one, with the ball, nobody was at second base, and Butler realized that and able to get in safely at second. But a big hit on the double, and Billy Butler not taking any chances, going with the slide, and
oh, yeah. He knew he was going to be there, okay?
With a pop up, the cleats caught.
So Ike Davis, the tying run with 1 out. First pitch up and away. On deck is Max Muncy. Davis toward left field. Gordon on the move, and Gordon on the run, and he dropped it. But they're going to call the drop coming on the exchange from glove to ball.
And Bob Melvin's going to ask, and that's in the outfield, and our good friend Philden covered. You know, Bob Melvin might not make it back to the dugout, but he doesn't like to get ejected. But there's an issue with the balk yesterday that was a horrible call, and it's the same guy umpiring third in this afternoon's game. He's saying he was taking the ball out of his glove. Bob Melvin's going to look back in to see what Adam Roden is thinking upstairs. And they're going to take a look at it. I don't blame him. Why not? Because
So Zobrist scored on the play, so it's a 5-3 game.
How about that? You talk about that is horrible fielding. He went to the home plate umpire and then pointed back as if to say he's going to ask to. He's saying a transfer, and you know, it's almost like Phil and Colbert is upset that Bob Melvin is going to ask him to challenge it. Why not? Why wouldn't he challenge it? I mean, it's the 8th inning.
The Athletics are challenging the ruling on the previous play.
Yeah, he seems a little like, you're really going to challenge this?
Yeah. And when he went to Jim Reynolds, he actually put his hand up and pointed to Bob and was like, he's challenged.
So it's quick, and they're going to stay with the call. So it goes as a sacrifice fly for Ike Davis to make it 5-3. So give Davis his 14th RBI. So now 2 outs. Butler still at second, and Muncy will hit. There's the instant replay counter. 267 calls overturned so far this year. So here's Muncy. Not close. Off-speed pitch by Herrera. So what you're saying earlier, Ray, with somebody like Herrera, who throws 97, 98 miles an hour, and that's the pitch he's going to go to. If he throws an off-speed pitch for a ball, you can almost say, well, he's not going to do it again.
And he's going to do it right here, too. He missed the first pitch curveball, and Perez's catcher, while they'll call a first pitch breaking ball, or in the case of Butler, he had a 1-2 slider. but he doesn't want to go too deep and have his pitcher fall behind, especially when he's got his #1 pitch was a fastball. But as a hitter, and again, the old saying goes, you throw 120 miles an hour, you throw it straight, and I'm looking for it, can hit it, and Butler did it. And Muncy, pretty good swing on. There's an off-speed changeup.
All right, so there you go. So there's the changeup. Now the hitter's ahead in the count. You're saying he's probably not going to throw another off-speed pitch.
I'd say in the case of Muncy, load up just like Perez did on the 3-2 fastball from Mujica. Load up here and look fastball.
There it was, and he popped it up. Moustakas may have a play. He does, and he's got it. Muncy slams his bat and helmet down. He can't believe it. He's going to run 5-3 as we go to the ninth. Is Jeremy Guthrie. So Guthrie, when it was all said and done, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and only had 1 tough inning. That was the 3rd. Finished strong and placed 3 outs away from a win. For the Athletics, they go back to the bullpen, and it's Fernando Abad. So Abad to face Dyson. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Dyson's got a couple of hits today, couple of singles. Taps that one foul. Got a little bit of Stephen Vogt, as always.
It wouldn't be a day in the life of Stephen Vogt if he didn't take one off his body somewhere.
Exactly right.
And quote of the day, and we've had a lot of quotes. His quote after Friday night when he got a hit, he said, "Yesterday, it took a lot more than that to get me out of the lineup." Which you like to hear that from your everyday catcher.
And that one's right there, strike 3 call. Good pitch by Abad to get Dyson. 1 away here in the ninth.
Perfectly thrown outside corner. Jesse Chavez watching said, "Why couldn't I get some of those? I've had fewer pitches through 108 in 5 2/3 innings."
That's the closer for the day, Wade Davis, with Holland getting saves in games 1 and 2 of this series. He will not pitch today. Not a bad alternative, huh? To Wade Davis. This is Christian Colon, who's in the game for Escobar, who injured his finger a couple innings ago. So Christian Colon first at bat. Backup infielder for the Royals. Taps that one foul. In the 10th inning down in Anaheim, the Mariners and the Angels 2-2. That just floats in there at 69 miles per hour, and that's a swing, says Manny Gonzalez.
He was saying, please ask me. I'm ready to ring him up.
Yeah, he looked like he hasn't rung anybody up all day, and
right.
He was ready.
Steven Vogt and Cologne out in front, bat a little bit too far. And it's, yeah. Just, I've been waiting for that. Just the first opportunity all day. And got the bill of his cap turned. No flat cap on him. No flat bill. Nope.
2 outs from Moustakas. Good slider from Abad in the first try. Swing and a miss. Ball. And the bat hits Morales in the on-deck circle, although he looks to be okay. Moustakas loses the bat.
Yeah, we're seeing something today, probably for the first time. We saw Max Muncy get hit with a foul ball in the A's on-deck circle, and now Morales. I mean, how rare is it to see 2 on-deck hitters in the same game get hit, one with a baseball, one with a bat? Fortunately, both okay.
Morales, he turned away from it, so it hit him in the backside.
In the case of Morales getting hit with a bat, fortunately, Moustakas didn't break his bat and have a good missile going after him.
Moustakas grounds it to Semien, who backhands, picks it up, throws, not in time. The shift was on, so Semien had a move to his right, and then he did not pick it up cleanly on the backhand, and it's going to be an error. Jeez. So it's an E6.
And look where he's playing. Look where he has to go. And he's got the third baseman Muncy in front of him. Got him in the heel of the glove. And really, when you're going out of position because of the shift, and you have to make the play in the backhand, instead of going to the pocket, goes off the heel of the glove and has to make a quick throw.
So a couple of errors for the A's today. 75 now on the year. And this is game number 78. So here's Morales. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it to the screen. Morales is 1 for 4, singled and scored in the 6th. He's 4 for 10 in the series, having a real nice year. 292. He's got 48 RBIs. Now he's behind in the count 0-2. So 1-2 to Morales. In the 9th inning, it'll be Fold, Burns, and Semien against Wade Davis. Big breaking ball, bounce foul.
Shame to have 2 beautiful days this weekend. Actually, all 3 days great. And the A's trying to salvage 1.
Well, and it's too bad because of what happened before this series, where the A's won 5 in a row.
Exactly.
And started feeling pretty good about themselves.
I always say you have a winning streak. You lose your winning streak. You have to win the next game. Get there as quickly as possible.
Burns goes back. He's going to get there. He's got inside retired. Here we go in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 5-3 game. Davis coming in. Royals 5, A's 3. All right, so it's a 5-3 game in the bottom of the ninth. Last shot for the Athletics. Rally caps are out, and they'll have to do it against Wade Davis. Wade Davis has 8 saves this year. He was the closer while Greg Holland was on the disabled list, and obviously did a very good job. So Davis to face full. Now the A's had Davis on the ropes yesterday in the 8th inning, but they just could not get the big hit. He walked the first 2 hitters he faced.
And the first one was Sam Fuld.
And he starts him out with a breaking ball this time for a strike.
And he walked Brett Lord. And all things look good at that time. Jason Frazier has not pitched in this series. And I wonder if he's still on the Royals. He is. And now loosening in the bullpen. Maybe he's a backup if necessary. Texas to the Royals last year, had a great season and very good reliever.
Well, it's been Guthrie, Morales, Herrera, and now Davis. A's down to run off Herrera in the 8th. A little bit low, 2-1. Is a foul ball. Sound like a broken bat for Sam Fuld. He'll get a new one.
So how the Angels score?
I'll tell you in a second. They scored on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 10th inning. So the Angels beat the Mariners 3-2.
And a wild pitch walk-off. A walk-off wild pitch. Dennis Eckersley should have trademarked walk-off.
He sure should have. We say it. It's a game problem.
And you said the three-peat's already.
Yeah, three-peat's gone. And Sam Fuld checks his swing, and Fielding Culver said he went around. That will not sit well with the A's dugout. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And you know what? I think that's a good call. You can see the wrist kind of break. The bat head went through.
I was just thinking, Philip Culbreth is the crew chief on this group. He was behind the plate yesterday when they called the balk, which was not a balk. Just wonder if he's at third or on the bases yesterday, if he would have called a meeting and asked what the home plate umpire would have seen, because that was the strange part about it. He made the call, and I think Bob Melvin was still talking about it today.
1-0 to Burns. Burns is 2 for 4 back in the lineup. Single and a double. Right there, and it's 2-1. So Burns doing what he should be doing, taking all the way. Simeon waits in the on-deck circle. After Simeon, it would be Vogt. Outfield shifted toward left and shallow. Now they count 2-2, 95 miles an hour from Wade Davis. These will get ready for the Rockies after today's game. Now 3-2. Good take by Burns. 97 miles an hour. That outside corner's been a little. Not sure if it's ball or strike today. That was first pitch. So 3-2. He's trying to get the time run to the plate. And Burns popped it up, and he swung at ball 4. Cologne is under it, and he's got it. So that fastball just right up around the letters. Tough one to lay off of. So 2 outs now here in the ninth. So it's up to Simeon again. Got to get somebody on base and at least give yourself a chance to tie it. First pitch to Marcus is a breaking ball that stays a little bit high. Simeon pinch hit in the 7th inning, and that was a key at bat. He hit with Burns at third and 1 out, and he grounded to third, could not get the run home. Seems like Ray, unfortunately, there's been a handful of key spots in games offensively for the A's where they have not been able to come through.
And after winning 5 straight, coming into the series, and exactly right. And it just seems like the Royals have come up with an inning that they have had where the Royals have been able to score and take the lead when the A's have had leads really this whole series.
Sure.
And just unfortunately that the Royals have, I think, we're seeing the reason they had the success they did last year, especially down the stretch of postseason.
Get the big hit one.
Exactly.
A's are 1 for 17 with runners in scoring position in this series, and that one hit was the bloop single by Ray. Inside to Simeon, 3-2. Davis is ready from the stretch. The 3-2 pitch, foul back. So Simeon battling hard here, 96 miles an hour on that last pitch from Davis. Make sure you join us tomorrow night for game 1 of the 3-game series against the Rockies. 6:30 A's pregame live, and then we have ballpark here at 7:05 for first pitch. It's hit in the air, left center field, hit pretty well, and it is off the top of the wall. And Simeon with the terrific at-bat keeps this game going. A long double off the wall in left center.
Yeah, Stephen Vogt has another chance, and that's all the A's are looking for, down by 2. Stephen Vogt got to the point where he could look fastball, got fastball, and really the second strike of the fastball kind of felt for the ball in the ball. Actually the first strike, but this one off the wall, came close to hitting another home run, but you'll take a double and bring the tying run to the plate. As Tyler Clippard starts to loosen in the bullpen.
Vogt is 2 for 4, couple of singles today. First pitch, down and in. So 0 home runs allowed in his last 114 innings. He almost gave one up there. He needs to get one up here. Vogt waits, setting up outside is the catcher Perez. And that one misses outside. Now it's 2-0. Zobrist would be next.
Well, Brett Laurie almost hit one down the right field line yesterday in the 8th inning before he walked. As Ben Zobrist waits and hopes to get the chance to hit the 9th inning.
Timeout call. There'll be a quick meeting between Perez and Davis. pitch is a strike call with the fastball. Vogt with 13 home runs on the year, and a league-leading 53 RBIs. And a 2-1 off-speed pitch, and it's such a nasty pitch from Davis. It's thrown hard. All this downward movement. Watch this ball go down.
And he saw it about halfway, which was a strike, and then it disappeared.
So 2-2. Here's the pitch. High fastball struck him out, and that's the ball game. So Wade Davis with a couple of strikeouts, and he gets the save. And the Kansas City Royals, with the best record in the American League, come into the Coliseum this weekend, and they sweep the Athletics. So it took 2 hours and 58 minutes, played in front of 22,477. The final score this afternoon, it's the Kansas City Royals 5 and the Oakland Athletics 3. Guthrie the win, Davis the save, Jesse Chavez took the loss. Well, thanks for watching A's Baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet California, part of the NBC Sports Group. A's Postgame Live with Guy Haberman and Shooty Babbitt starts right now.